Welcome to All About Bongos. I'm Kalani. The following presentation is a comprehensive guide to the bongo drums. I'll be talking about tuning, maintenance, background information, techniques, even how to change a drum head. In a couple minutes, I'll show you how to tune up and play the drums, but first, here's some background and history information to familiarize you with this instrument. Some sources indicate that the early versions of the bongos were nothing more than a hole in the ground covered with a skin. The bongo, as they are called in their homeland of Cuba, became popular in the Oriente or southeastern region of the island when musicians started using them in son and changui music. They consist of two small wooden drums that are bolted together. They are commonly made of hardwoods like oak, but today many different materials are used, including fiberglass, which is more durable and stands up to adverse weather conditions. Bongos are traditionally fitted with calf or mule skin heads, but most manufacturers of modern drums use bison skins. For those who would like to have a guard against the elements, there's even polyfiber heads available that are not affected by heat and moisture. A variety of designs are available for today's hand drummers, ranging from entry-level models to the professional versions. The bongos have found their way into many styles of music, including pop, jazz, world beat, and even orchestral works. Today, they are one of the most popular hand drums in the world. Here I have a brand new set of bongos straight from the store. So I'm going to open them up and get them ready to play. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll probably want to start playing the drums immediately and disregard anything else that came in the box. But there's a couple other things in here besides the bongos that you'll want to keep track of. One is a 3-year limited warranty that comes with every set of Toca bongos. All the drums are shipped detuned from the factory to withstand any temperature or humidity fluctuations. So you'll want to tune up the drums before you start playing them. It's convenient to think of the drums in terms of 3 general areas: the heads, the hardware, and the shells. The tension rods are made of hardened steel, and they attach the hoop to the bottom ring. They're held on by the lug nuts, and those are tuned with the 1/2-inch wrench that I showed you earlier. Take your 1/2-inch wrench. Never ever use a pair of pliers on your bongo drums because you could damage the lug nuts. So use a wrench like this or a closed box type 1/2-inch wrench. Begin by putting the wrench on one of the lug nuts. It doesn't really matter which one, just remember which one you start on, and give it a 1/2 turn clockwise. So I want to be very careful when I tune the drums to keep the hoop even and parallel with the edge of the drum so that they go up and down in an even manner. Now let's check it again. I think we're ready to play. So let's move on and learn how to play basic tones on the bongo drums. Place your hand on the head so your knuckle lines up with the rim of the drum. I'm going to strike the drum and let my hand rebound off the head. And I'm keeping my arm and wrist and hand all in line, and I'm just going to stay very relaxed while I'm striking the drum. Listen to the open tone. Here it is on the low drum. Try playing the open tone with me. By practicing the techniques that I've shared with you here, you'll be able to play just about any bongo pattern imaginable. But it's important to remember that these aren't the only ways that you can play the bongos. There are many, many, many sounds and many areas of gray and different combinations of sounds that you can play. And it's also important to remember that you need to find the way that works best for you. I'm sharing with you my techniques, and I've found those to work well for me. And I think it might be a good idea for you to try to use those techniques when you're first learning. But by all means, if you find a way that works better for you, you should play it that way. Remember, the most important thing is producing the sound that you want when you want it, and at the same time staying relaxed. Once you feel that your hands are warmed up and ready to play, you can reintroduce your hands back to your drum by playing a simple exercise like this one. This uses the open tones from both our index fingers and muffled tones with the remaining 3 fingers. It sounds like this: open, open, muffled, muffled. Try playing this exercise with me now. Now it's time to learn a traditional bongo pattern. This is a Cuban pattern that's common to many styles of salsa music, including cha-cha-chas, mambos, and son montunos. The pattern is called the martillo pattern, M-A-R-T-I-L-L-O, and it means hammer or hammer-like sound. It's really a starting place for improvisation. The bongosero, or bongo player, in a salsa band will begin with this pattern and then quickly begin to improvise around it. But I'm going to show you the basic pattern. The tone pattern goes like this. Start with your thumb in the middle of the high drum to do a muted slap sound or rim sound. Play a muted rim sound, then go to your fingers, and then an open tone, thumb, muted slap, fingers, open tone on the low drum, back to your thumb. And then it repeats. Here are a few tips that'll help keep your drum happy and running smoothly. With regards to the drum heads, it's a good idea to periodically condition them with hand lotion by placing a small amount of lotion on each head and leaving it overnight. Then you can wipe off any excess with a dry cloth in the morning. This will help preserve the natural oils and fats that are in the head, which help it sound its best and keep the head supple. That'll preserve the head for a long period of time. You can do that every month or 2 as needed, depending on the conditions in your particular area. Never fill the head completely up with water because we don't want this part of the head to become untucked from the counter hoop. Always remember to use cool water whenever you're mounting an animal skin. Never pour hot water into an animal skin or even warm water because it can remove certain fats and oils that are beneficial to the sound of the drum. Once you've got the head filled with water, let it sit for as long as it takes for the head to become pliable. You'll check the head near the bearing edge, which is the part of the head that touches the rim of the shell. Once you can dent that part in with your finger, simply take the water out of the head and dry off the head with a cloth. At that point, you can place a small amount of petroleum jelly or hand lotion on the inside of the head. You can even condition the entire inside with hand lotion. Wipe any excess off with a cloth before you place it back on the shell. I hope the information you've just learned will provide you with years of drumming enjoyment. If you have any questions or comments about this or any other Kalani Music product, feel free to email us at videos@kalanimusic.com. Our award-winning website is open to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and is an online source for inspiration and information about drums and drumming. The address is www.kalanimusic.com. Until then, I'm Kalani, wishing you good drumming.